Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, whatever the case may be. So today we're going to be testing out the Kiko Milano Skin Tone Foundation. So what I'm going to be doing today is applying it to my face just to see how it sits in my skin and if the tone is right for my skin. Is it hydrating? Is it not hydrating? And just giving you a little bit more information about that foundation in case it's something that you're thinking about purchasing. So if you guys want to see the foundation I'm talking about and see if this foundation works, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so this is the foundation we're talking about right here. So as you can see, it just comes in a black box, and obviously you get the brand name on the front and what type of foundation you've went for, and on the top here you get your shade that you've went for. So I've went for Warm Beige 05. Now this foundation, I think if I remember correctly, it was £12.50, maybe less, but I bought this a while ago and I can't remember where the receipt is, so I'm going to link all that in the description box below for you guys, like the price of this foundation and obviously the website you can get it. So yeah, I maybe bought this 2-3 weeks ago and I'm just dying to try it out. So this is what you're getting right here. So this is the bottle. As you can see, a really nice nifty bottle, and when you take it off, this is what you're seeing. So you're getting a pump of this foundation, which is also really good. And on the back here, you're getting what shade you purchased. Now when I went in store to buy this shade was the lightest that I can get on the day, so I really am hoping that this is going to be suitable for how pale I am, but time will tell. Now also in this box you get a little leaflet right here, so this gives you some information on your foundation. So I'm just going to read to you guys what this foundation claims to do, and then we'll take it from there. So this is a skin tone foundation and it has SPF 15 in there as well, so that's quite good. And it's a highlighting fluid foundation that endows the face with new light, enhancing its natural beauty. The lightweight formula soothes and perfects the skin, helping to keep it hydrated throughout the day. Skin tone foundation SPF 15 comes in 6 different undertones, so it offers something for every skin tone. And it is dermatologically tested and it's non-comedogenic. I hope that's how you pronounce it, but basically it's not going to clog up your pores when using this foundation. It's also oil free and it's suitable for all skin types. So some major claims in there, guys. So they're saying that there's plenty tones for each skin tone, and I have to be fair and say when I was in store there was plenty selection of colours. Like I said, this is the lightest one that I got on the day, but there was quite a lot in store, so I agree with that statement there. But as far as seeing how it plays on in the skin, let's do this. Okay guys, so got my mirror in place and I've obviously just pumped this to the top here. You can see the foundation is just ready to go now, just to save myself some time on camera pumping away trying to get it to the top. So I'm going to go for my standard 2 pumps and then we'll see how we go from there. So we're just going to go 1, 2. So for 2 pumps, that's what you're getting. And like I said, not too runny, but not too thick either. So just a nice consistency. Now, they do say, because it's a fluid foundation, to use a brush that's designed for fluid foundation. But myself, I just prefer my Miracle Complexion sponge. I apply all my foundations with this sponge and I haven't had any real problems with them. So like I've said in previous videos, my problem area is definitely around my nose here, and sometimes I do get a little of the foundation just wearing away on my nose. Like I said, the only foundations I don't seem to have too many problems with is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish and the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. And I have to say, the Kat Von D, although I did have a bit of creasing here, there wasn't too many problems with that foundation either. So that's my 3 foundations that I absolutely adore and that I don't have many problems with. So let's see if this one is living up to what it's saying on the box. So I'm just tapping it in there like I would. Like I said, quite on the hand, and in real life it looks quite yellowy on my hand. So I'm hoping that this will blend in quite nicely. So just sort of dotting that about. and we'll just go in there. So as you can probably see by my natural skin there, natural skin, like I have any other skin, but I do suffer from redness on the cheeks and some blotchiness as well, just again around the cheeks. So we'll see what this does for that. This has a really nice smell actually when applying, and when it hits the skin it is quite cooling. So just looking at obviously what I've put on there, I would say so far I'm saying medium coverage. I can still see some of my redness shining through. Now, another way of getting around that is obviously before you're applying your foundation, 9 times out of 10, just even doing a little bit of colour correcting, I'll help that out, no problem. So I'm just going to use up what I've got in my hand and then take a look, and then we can always do another layer. So I've pretty much gotten to the end of what was on my hand, and I have to say it's done my face. Would I say it's enough coverage for me? No, I don't feel I've got enough coverage obviously on my nose here. And definitely I don't feel I've got as much coverage as I would like obviously around about my cheek area, but we'll keep on blending because I like to make sure it's in the skin and settled. And obviously, ladies and gents, you don't want to be forgetting about your neck, so you definitely want to take your foundation down here, because if not, you're going to end up with a line and it's going to be extremely obvious to people that you're wearing foundation. You want everything to sort of tie in together and just look seamless and flawless. So I definitely think I will be needing to just put another layer on, and with that second layer I'm going to go down my neck area and just blend that foundation in. So far though, I am liking what I'm seeing. Even though I am going to go for another layer, I do think it's matched well with my skin tone. I mean, it's not looking overly yellowy orange on my skin. It is sort of matching it in with my own skin tone. And I'm liking how so far it's going in the skin and it's not sitting on top or settling on top. It is looking quite good. Definitely I would say though I'm going to need possibly another pump and a half maybe. So we're just going to go for another pump, and I think I'll actually do a half just to see how we got on. First of all though, my first protocol is I'm going to go down my neck, and like that you can dab if you want. I prefer my neck just to take the sponge and just pull that down. Obviously around my jawline I obviously dab in just so everything is connecting. Now, like I've said in many of my videos before guys, how I apply my makeup, it's maybe not how you would apply it, and it's maybe not the correct way to apply it, it's just how I find it easier to apply. So if you guys like using your brushes or however you like applying your makeup, go ahead. You know, nobody's... To me, it's just personal preference, and it's just what suits you best. There's no right way or wrong way to apply makeup. I just think it's what suits you and how you like applying it. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. You know, makeup's meant to be fun, but that's just me. On my high horse. Not even my high horse, just rambling. So yeah, I have to say guys, as I'm applying this, I'm really liking how it's going into the skin. It's blending out really well. I mean, I'm not really having to put much effort into blending this foundation out. These are my problem areas. So what I tend to do with my nose, although it moves it from the cheek, but we can blend that out, is I take my sponge and just really rub that in there. Again, not probably the way some people would do this area. And then what I do is just go back over any of the smudgy bits with my sponge. And definitely another tip I would say that I tend to use quite a lot, simply because I do have a lot of problems with like that, my foundation coming away on my nose, or I get creasing under my nose here. Is I definitely, when I apply my foundation and I'm happy with how it's looking, I then go on and powder my face. Even before I put concealer on, I'll powder it just to set the foundation in place, and then I'll apply my concealer and again put my under eye powder on to set the concealer. You guys don't have to do that. Again, I think it's just personal preference. And I do spend a lot of time on my foundation, I think just because I want it to look as good as I can get it looking. And I obviously don't want it to look too caked, because I just think your face is meant to have lines, it's meant to have imperfections. You know, that's what being a human is. And I think when you see makeup looking where there's not a line, there's not a mark, there's no circles, nothing, it tends to look a little unrealistic. So yeah, I wouldn't worry guys if you can't get everything looking top notch. It doesn't have to be. We've all got those lines, we've all got those marks and things that we don't like. Just roll with it, embrace how your face looks and embrace how you are. And like, I think that's the problem with, there's too much pressure on people to look a certain way, and I don't think that has to happen. Again, I'm really sorry if I'm rambling in this video. I just like to speak to you guys about things that I feel strongly about. I just think there's no need to put that kind of pressure on ourselves to look a certain way. I think you've got to be happy in your own skin. So guys, I would even say that 1.5 pumps was just even too much, because I think what I've got now I'm really happy with. And I have to say it's looking not bad. It's not sitting on top of the skin. The only thing I would say is I do see my pores here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see how it's just sitting there? So I'm going to take the other end and just blend that in a little bit more. Just push that right in. And then go back with that just to... So yeah, as you can see, I would definitely say... I'm going to put just a bit more of this on here because I've smudged that on the way. I would definitely say it is light to medium, but buildable. Because I don't know if you guys can see, but you still see my redness sort of showing through here. And that's, what, 3 pumps that I've used, because I've still got a bit here. So about 3 pumps I've used in total. But I would say I would be happy with that. I would be happy going out, because once I apply everything else, blusher, contour, bronzer, I'm not really going to be noticing this redness. If you're looking for obviously a more full coverage, then this probably won't be for you guys. I would say steer towards maybe the Kat Von D, because my god, that is so full coverage, and it is such a nice foundation as well, the Kat Von D. I really do enjoy it. Under my nose, I'm still getting the cracking under my nose. Can you guys see that? But again, this is a usual for me, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do, it still cracks under there. So what I normally would do is, once I powder and whatnot, I would just either take one of the little sponges that I have and just go around the edges just to blend all that in. But typically this is the problem I suffer with all the time. So if you guys have any tips, handy tips to help me out with my problem, then leave your comments in the description box below, because I get this all the time. And can you see that in there? That is another one. Round the sides and just under my nose, cracks. It doesn't matter what I do and what foundation I use. It happens. So I've come to learn, let's not fuss over it. The only way someone's going to notice it is if they're right in your face like that. They're not going to notice it from way back here. So I don't tend to panic about it too much. It just could be a little irritating at times. So far guys, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like I said, light to medium coverage. It's not really sitting on the skin, except from around here. Definitely I can see like my pores. It is sitting and settling just around my nose here. But other than that, so far, not too bad at all. And it's blended in with my own natural skin tone, which is Ace. Very comfortable and lightweight. I actually quite like this foundation. I really do, so far. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go and apply the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back to you and let you see what it looks like with everything else on it. But the only problem I'm seeing so far, like I said to you guys, is obviously just around here. I could just see it just sitting where my pores are, and it seems to be more on this side than that. So it could be my skin rather than the foundation, but that's what I'm finding with it at the moment. Everything else, not an issue. So you hang in there, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we're back with a full face of makeup on, kind of going for a pinky purple cut crease. Let me tell you, I have since discovered I'm not a fan of this foundation. As time was going on, the foundation is starting to, it's just not sitting on the skin. Can you see that? Like all this texture, it's just sitting there. Even like the rest of my makeup, like my bronzer and things, just didn't go on as well. I mean, it went okay this side, but as you can see, it's just not blended in properly. The foundation is just separating all over my face. I mean, you could clearly see all this texture going on here. It's just a hot mess, let me tell you. It's not a foundation that I'll be using on the daily. I'm just not a fan now. I thought as I was applying, it was blending really nice. You know, it was looking really good. But as it went on, and even when I was putting my bronzer contour on, it was taking the foundation off. Now, that was even after setting it with powder. It was just taking the foundation off. So currently, I'm not a fan. I have to say, I'm not. But I'm going to see how this wears throughout the day. So, yeah. Now, I'm just going to reach for my phone so we can give you a timestamp and let you see the time. Okay, guys. So, it's currently just about 2:45 in the afternoon. So I'm going away into town. I've got to pick up a few things and do a few knicky-knack things. And then I'm going to come back to you in a few hours and just let you see how this is going. But to be honest, if this is how it's looking now, I can't see it looking any better as time goes on. And I know that's very negative, but I'm just not comfortable with how it's looking. But I'm going to troop her on and I'm going to go out as it is and just see how it wears throughout the day. So guys, until I come back and see you, take care. Have a great day. Hey guys, we are now back from all the running about, and it is now currently 1 minute to 6. So we've had it on for a few hours now, and I have to say my judgment hasn't changed on the foundation. I mean, right around here, it's just peeling off under the eye, and there's a lot of texture, and it just seems to be sitting on top of my skin. It's not blending into the skin as well as some of my other foundations. I mean, I'm still getting all that cracking in here, as you can see. Under here, the foundation is really cracking all under the eyes here. It's not a foundation that I think I'll be using in the future. It's just not one of my favourites. It just hasn't worked out as well for me as I was hoping to. I mean, I get a far better result from the likes of my e.l.f. Flawless Foundation or the Kat Von D or the Tarte Foundation. So I'd rather use something that I know is going to suit my skin and it's just going to go and blend nicely in. I mean, the pros to this foundation is it went on very easy and it blended easy, and I've actually no rubbing. It's not coming off on the top of my nose, which is fabby, but the cons weigh out all the pros. Now, this foundation might work for you guys. You would have to try it and see, but for me personally, it just hasn't worked, which is a shame because I'm a huge fan of all the other Kiko products that I have tried. I love everything else, but this foundation just unfortunately hasn't worked for me. So, the Skin Tone Foundation from Kiko Milano is definitely not for me, guys. But what I would say to you is what doesn't work for me might work for you. So I would suggest giving it a go, trying it out for yourself and seeing what you guys think of it. But for me, sadly, it's a no. So guys, I hope you've liked this video and I hope you've liked what you've saw, and it's maybe made your mind up a little bit, or it's given you just a wee bit more insight as to what this foundation is like. I mean, I do suffer from dry skin, but I also, down like the T-zone, I do get a bit oily there. So yeah, I just hope this video has helped you in some way. And if you've liked the video and you like what you saw, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so now, guys, because it would help me out a ton. So just before you check on out, hit that subscribe button. So until the next video, guys, you take care and we shall see you soon. Bye.